Here's how to resurrect lost real estate leads. The thrill of actually getting a new lead in real estate, whether you're a real estate agent or a real estate ISA, can actually be flattened if the lead goes cold. It is frustrating when this happens, but it's important to know that these leads are not necessarily dead. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can revive old leads that have gone cold that you might think are dead, but they're not. So some of these ideas you probably already know, but I think they are worth revisiting because sometimes we just need a refresher and we actually need to implement these things even though we know them. The easiest way to resurrect a lost lead is to use SMS and text messages. The reason that is because you might have been communicated so far by email with that lead. But the thing is, with email, there's only a 20 to 30% open rate, whereas text messaging, you actually have an open rate of up to 80% and sometimes even 90% and even more than this. Like when you think about it, when you get a text on your phone, you're more likely to open it and read it because you are communicating with your peers, your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, your uncle, your sister, your brother on your phone. But do you actually communicate with them by email? Probably not. So this is why I would preach for you to reach out to them by text as the first communication point. Sometimes emails can also go into spam. This is another reason why we preach SMS. Now, the second way to resurrect lost leads is to actually go find them on Facebook, Instagram, or even LinkedIn if they are a professional and add them there to start a new conversation flow on that platform. Now, what it does two things. The first thing is it shows that you've actually done the research on them and that you actually give a you-know-what about them because you took the time to research them if they were online and add them. The second thing it does is compared to text messaging, yes, the open rate is great on text messaging, but on Facebook or Instagram, for example, it'll be even higher. The reason that is because they will see your face, they'll see your profile picture, they'll see your professional, they'll see your brand, and it builds more trust. Whereas if they just receive a text from you, they just see the text and they don't see necessarily your picture or anything like that, and there's no trust really being built. The other way to actually resurrect leads is to have a nurturing sequence for leads, depending on the action that they took. So if that was a lead that came from one of your advertising funnels online, but you weren't able to reach that lead, you should put them in a sequence of SMS and emails, giving them value and reasons why they should reach back out to you when the timing is right to sell or buy a real estate property. And yes, I just said a real estate property, but if they want to buy or sell real estate. You can also have another sequence if you are able to reach them, but they're not necessarily ready right now. Maybe they say potentially you think of buying in 6 months or in a year, or potentially 2 years. You want to have a different sequence for this kind of leads because they are in a different mindset and they need to be communicated in a different way, a different messaging compared to someone who was not even able to reach them in the first place. For example, one thing that we put in place in our company that really helped is having one piece of content being sent out for the first 30 days for the people that are not necessarily ready right now. And then after the first 30 days, it's an email or a text every 2 days or 3 days so that we keep being in front of them and like we're just steering the pot, you know. Hey, we're a real estate agent. Hey, we do this. Hey, we can help you with this. Hey, your value of the house could be this, you know. We're just giving value and staying in front of them to be top of mind. So that way, when they think of selling or buying, they're like, oh wow, that Michael guy, like I keep getting his email, let me contact him. Another creative way to actually resurrect lost leads in real estate is to pass that lead to someone else, either in your team or one of your colleagues, because at the end of the day, you might not necessarily be the best fit for that prospect. And you don't have to match with every single lead and have a synergy with all of these leads and vibe with these leads. You can actually transfer that lead to someone else and get a kickback if you think that this client would cause a painful relationship or partnership if you were to take on that lead compared to if you pass that lead to someone else who would actually fit their personality better. And maybe a new voice calling them will actually seal the deal. All your follow-ups should always be personalized. It should never seem automated. When people think it's automated, it is because it's not personalized. So that's why you want to personalize everything with their name. If you have their address or where they live exactly, you want to use that or use their goal. goals. Maybe their goal is to buy a bigger home. They told you that in the past, so why not use this when you follow up by text on Facebook or over the phone? That way they know that you're not just reading a script or doing copy and paste, or sometimes even people will think that it's a bot chatting with them if it's not personalized enough. Another creative way to actually resurrect leads is to invite them to a local event where there's no commitment from their end. It's just a way to see them, and also it's just a subtle reminder basically that you are a real estate agent and you are inviting them to this event. No pressure at all, but at the end of the day they'll still think about their project of selling or buying, and obviously they will attach this, the feeling of buying or selling their property to you because they'll be at the event with you specifically. So it's a nice gesture, and it's also a great way to stay top of mind.